If you're a South African teacher, you know how difficult it is to find clear diagrams, exam-style visuals, caps-aligned flowcharts, simple classroom-friendly illustrations, and most of the time, you either search Google for 30 minutes or draw something on the board yourself. What if you could generate clean caps-aligned lesson visuals in seconds? In this video, I'll show you exactly how to generate numbered diagrams, create step-by-step flowcharts, build map-style visuals, use icon-based summaries, and create classroom illustrations, all aligned to CAPS. South African teachers are spending more time on paperwork than on learners. I'm Dylan, aka Mr. AI, an AI education specialist working to change that through structured, CAPS-aligned productivity systems. So, without any further ado, let's dive in. Right, now that we are logged into CAPScribe, this is how the lesson visual generator looks like. Just a side note, if you are on the free plan, you will not gain access to this feature. Only if you are on the Educator Lite plan or the Educator Pro plan, then you have access to this feature. Right, so just to give a short breakdown, the lesson visuals is divided into different panels. As you can see at the top, we have a bar that shows how many lessons you have generated. Very simple to navigate. So as you can see, there's a generate button and there's a prompt library button. So the generate button will display all the visuals that you have generated. And then if we click on the next tab, which is the prompt library, this is the library of prompts that you can copy and paste into the chat window over here in the bottom navigation bar. This bar below is where you input your prompts so that you can generate your images. Alright, so before we generate an image, first things first, you need to understand. Before we generate anything, this is important. CAPS is assessment driven. Learners must be able to identify, label, sequence, compare, or classify. If your visual is messy, then the learner will struggle to interpret it. That is why, to make your life easier, I created the ultimate CAPS curriculum image prompt library. And this library gives you access to a comprehensive library of prompts to generate images, whether you're a foundation phase, intercent, senior, or FET teacher. These are not random prompts. It includes diagram templates, flowchart, infographic, map or context scene templates, as well as anatomy and action scene templates, all structured for CAPS alignment, and it's completely free. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to access this guide. So the next step is to choose the correct visual type, but here's the key. The prompt library inside of CAPScribe is powerful. However, if you want the best possible output, you must use the structured templates from the free image generation prompt guide that I have given you. The guide is the only prompt library you need because it teaches you how to control visual style, control clutter, layout, exam alignment, and so on and so forth. So now, let's get into the demonstration on how to generate an image using the highly crafted library prompts. So let's go ahead and generate an image. So let me just zoom in for a minute. So as you can see, there are different visual types. There are numbered diagrams, there are flow or cycles, there's map style visuals, visual summaries, which are icon based of course. Then we get scene illustrations. And all of these prompts are useful for specific teachers. So the number diagram is very useful for a biology teacher to generate the human anatomy, or a maths teacher who wants to depict fractions, or even a natural science teacher that wants to depict electrical circuits. And then the next prompt is to generate a flow or a cycle. This is useful for example, the water cycle, the writing process if you're an English teacher, depicting chemical reactions or food chains. And then as we move on, then we have a map style visual. This can be used by a tourism teacher or a geography teacher to create an image based on map skills or human settlements or tourism geography. And then we have a visual summary. This is more icon based. And this is useful for teaching concepts or giving an overview or comparison. This can be used by English teachers to demonstrate vocabulary, also maths teachers or accounting teachers who want to generate an image based on financial literacy. And then the last prompt is a scene or illustration. This can be used to support the context or activities. For example, a life skill teacher can use this to portray different life skill scenarios, or even a creative arts teacher or physical education teacher who wants to generate the image based on movement or creative arts like drama or music activities. Right, so let's go ahead and copy and paste one of these prompts and paste them into the chat window over here. So this prompt will be used to generate a diagram based on photosynthesis for a grade 7 lesson. So instead of typing something basic like create a diagram for photosynthesis, we use a structured template like this example in the chat. Create a caps-aligned labeled diagram for grade 7. The topic, photosynthesis. The visual requirements are a clean label diagram, simple arrows, high contrast labels, no background clutter, neutral colors, exam style layout, and the aspect ratio 16:9. So let's go ahead and click generate. So let's wait for the AI to process the prompt and to generate the image accordingly. Just give it a few more seconds. Okay, so let's just give it time to load. Nice, so this is a great representation of a diagram for a grade 7 learner to understand how photosynthesis works, and the expectation of the learners are to fill in the labels over here. So you as the teacher, you can modify these image labels. They are fully editable. You can even delete a label or you can add a label, and with these modifications you can update the image accordingly, and you can download it as a PNG or JPEG file. And there's another button that says generate another version. So if you modified the labels, you can just click generate another and it will update the diagram with the corresponding labels that you have modified. Great, so this is the diagram. Now what if we can generate a different style of visual? Let's maybe generate a scene. So let me just copy this prompt. Great, so let's go ahead and paste it into the chat window. So let's just quickly see what it's going to create. So create a caps-aligned contextual scene illustration for foundation phase learners, grade R. The topic, body parts. So the visual requirements is a cartoon safe illustrated scene, simple recognizable environment, clear labels for key elements, friendly characters, optional not distracting, bright but balanced colors. Learning focus is to show how the topic exists in a real world context learners can recognize and relate to. Do not include real people, brand logos, overcrowded scenes. So let's see what the AI will generate if we click generate. So once again, let's just give the AI some time to process the prompt, and let's wait patiently for the visual to generate. And let's see if the output is something that we can work with. Just give it more time. Okay. Okay, great. This is a cartoon safe image relevant to the prompt that we have given, and I think this is very appropriate for the level of the learner, especially grade R, because it is not too detailed and overly complicated. It is something that they can relate to with these children playing, and it's very kid friendly, and I think it's caps aligned within the constraints of visual representations. Great. I'm happy with this visual, and if I was a foundation phase teacher, I would definitely use this diagram to test the learners on their knowledge about body parts. Now, what happens if we try something different? Let's go ahead and choose another style prompt. Okay, we have done the number diagram. We did a scene. Okay, let's try something different. What about a flow or a cycle? Okay, so let's copy this prompt. Let's go ahead and paste it over here. Okay, so create a step-by-step flow diagram of, let's put in the water cycle for grade 5. So show the sequence clearly using arrows and numbered steps. Simple exam style illustration, aspect ratio 16:9. So let's go ahead and generate this flow chart. Let's just give the AI time to process. Okay, cool. Let's see. Nice. This is a nice depiction of the water cycle with the labels. What I would prefer in this example is that the sun is right here at the bottom. It would have been perfect if it was in the top left corner. So what you can do is you can regenerate again until the AI fixes the issue if you are not happy with the output. So that being said, we have our 3 images saved into the history, and you will see in the progress bar how many images you have left. And this is a great thing. If you give the AI the best input, it's gonna give you the best output. Great, so now that you know how to generate images, hopefully this will give you the best output needed from the AI. And make sure to go and grab your free copy of the image generation prompt library that I have left in the description below. Lesson visuals should not confuse learners. They should clarify concepts. If you want to generate CAPS-aligned diagrams, create exam-ready flowcharts, build structured visuals in seconds, reduce prep time, then go ahead and try CAPScribe. And don't forget to use the promo code ELITE3 months so that you can get a 50% discount off the Educator Pro plan for 3 months. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'm Dylan aka Mr. AI. I'll catch you in the next one.